Hello everyone, today I'll be presenting in this video the divide and conquer technique, my tap technique for dialing of nucleus, importance of focusing, access some points, and how adamant is Visco. So to start with, I am focusing the posterior capsule. You can see how beautifully the PSC is being seen. And now when I shift to focusing of anterior capsule, the posterior subcapsular opacity is blurred and you can see some cystic changes on the anterior capsule. So at various points of the surgery, you need to focus your microscope as per the steps you are doing, because probably when you are doing the rhexis you may need to focus the anterior capsule, and as you make trench then you may need to focus posteriorly. Since I had a good glow in this patient, so there was no need for the dye to stain. I continued my case without staining, and as you can see, the contrast was so good. So I didn't face any difficulty while making the rhexis. Now, in another still image, I would be showing those cystic changes which are there on the anterior capsule. You can see these are the cystic changes just beneath the tip of the iris repositor. Now with Jutatas forceps, I start making the rhexis as usual. Rub the flap with both limbs closed. Move your rhexis in a circular fashion. Now you can see I'm moving towards the center, and this is the point where at each quadrant you need to change your direction. Again, see I'm moving towards the center. I'm demonstrating that, and then my rhexis was completed. I would like to add one thing to my tap technique is that this tap technique is basically helpful in immature cataracts, where when you try to bury your chopper you actually don't find yourself engaging it to a place to dial. So for beginners who try to do divide and conquer as they find initially holding difficult and chopping, so my recommendation would be that you should make a long and deep trench initially for making that first crack that divides the nucleus into two pieces. So your trench should be long and deep so that easily you can chop with the help of your chopper and the phaco probe. And now you can watch how easily this piece gets separated into two. Now the two halves are broken again into two pieces respectively, and as you can see I'm making again a thin and deep trench, and now dividing it mechanically into two pieces. The pieces were rotated again and similar procedure was done, and now after breaking it into another two pieces, now you have four pieces or four quadrants of the nucleus, which are not too hard, which are actually soft. And now what you can do is you can just express each piece out into the central safe zone and then emulsify. And as you can see, you can use your chopper again. If you find those pieces are big enough to be emulsified, you can break them with the chopper itself. And now you can see how easily the second quadrant came itself into the central safe zone and was emulsified. And similarly, you can lift the third quadrant, and again you can use your chopper to manipulate a little, and then all you need is a power in pulses so that you can easily emulsify these soft nuclear pieces. And now just one small fragment was left, and that could be emulsified easily as well. And now the whole of the nucleus was emulsified, and what is left now is the cortical matter. Now, as you can see, all cortical material was aspirated during IA. Now, all what you can see is some waveforms seen in the interior chamber. This is nothing but visco. The visco is seen so beautifully, you can see. And as you can see, this is a dispersive visco. And why I say this is adamant, because I am doing my irrigation aspiration continuously, and I'm moving my irrigation cannula to dislodge that visco. But see, it takes so much time to get dislodged, and still you can see some waveforms are visible. And I'm trying to wash visco from the interior chamber, because mostly I do my hydro implantation of lens, so you really don't require visco in interior chamber during hydro implantation. So as you can see now, these waveforms are now disappearing. Probably I have aspirated most of my visco now. And why I wanted to show this is you should appreciate that at times it is really not easy to wash all the visco, and we should take time after implanting IOL under visco also to wash that visco and prevent IOP spike that we see post operatively.